Welcome to another edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. I'm your boy Professional Sutton.
And I'm your boy Chris G.
And it's your boy The Rec Report.
Cheers. What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
Man.
I know this week, we was trying to get in the lab and speak on some stuff, but we're here. We're here. I know we got the crazy busy schedule.
I'm not black. I'm OJ. For
real. Like I said, I just want thank everybody for tuning in. To our show. Definitely share. Hit that share button, people. Hit that share button.
Mm-hmm.
We need people to be tuning into this, man. It's about to get real today. It's about to get real. First and foremost, I just want to thank the Austin family, for letting me participate in their challenge, the 7-day cleanse. Your boy lost 10 pounds there.
No doubt.
Yeah, I feel good. Good. But it's going to feel better when I get to eat something that I like. You know what I mean? Again, I like the challenge. It was actually cool. But, when you can't eat the things that you're accustomed to eating, it gets a little rough sometimes. You know what I mean? It gets a little rough sometimes. So, me and D-Ruck, we got some plans at TGI Fridays.
Yeah.
We gotta meet somebody last name Daniels, first name Jack. You know what I mean? We gotta take a little shot of that.
About a couple of them things.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. So how was y'all week, fellas? How was your week, Ruck?
Grind. The grind don't stop.
Okay.
Like my pastor Chris always say, you don't grind, you don't get it. So let's get to it.
What's up with you, Chris?
Living and loving.
Living and loving.
That's it.
You could put your mic up just a little bit, just so we can. There you go.
Living and loving.
Yeah. Say it again. Say it with your chest.
Always gotta be black.
Listen, unlike Jason Whitlock, I don't gotta remind you.
My
everyday life let you know
right
black.
There. We right there.
I don't gotta remind you.
That's exactly what I was looking for.
Let's get into it.
That's exactly what I was looking for.
So if I'm just let people that don't know. If you don't know, your boy Jason Whitlock, he's definitely cooning again. What now? So just let me just rewind that. You know what I mean? So Michael Vick was on some I don't think that If Colin Kaepernick,
you gotta say, if we're gonna talk about it, set the stage. Because Mike fell for the banana in the tailpipe.
Okay.
Whitlock put him there though.
Let me get that on. All right.
That's just how I feel.
Jason Whitlock had Michael Vick on the show. He asked him a question. What you think about Colin Kaepernick? All that. Again, I'm just fast forwarding it. Michael Vick said, I couldn't understand, however, if he wants to be considered, serious, then he needs to cut his hair. That's where he lost me. And again, I'm looking at how is that relevant to the cause? Again, he's a black man who has an afro, our texture. This is who we are. So for him to have an afro, I think that's really displaying who you are as a black man, because you showing America, listen, this is who I am. My hair doesn't make me, but again, I'm proud of who I am. So I don't got to go deep and get a perm and cut my hair and try to look like something that I'm not. And this is what I'm comfortable with. Not only that, but when you look at Jason Whitlock, and people was on their comments, they were saying, well, you guys need to understand this is scripted. This is what they want us to do. This is what, this is how they want it to play out, because it's all for the entertainment value. Listen, no. I get that. No. I get that. But I just want people to understand this. One sec. I just want people to understand this. When you say something like that, and even if Michael Vick and Jason Whitlock, it's a script or whatever, what you're setting up the way the racist America sees black people. What you're inevitably telling America is listen, Jason Whitlock, we want you to say this, and this is how you're going to say it. Because even though we not supposed to say it, you can say it because you're black. You can say this rhetoric because our oppression and the way that we want to put your people down, it won't come out right, but we can have you say it. And he's feeding into the overtly racist system in which America, not everybody, but which America wants us to be seen as. So again, Michael Vick, him saying that, and then not only that, but dude, you have braids for like 20 years. So what are you talking about? And then again, I agree with Charlemagne. Charlemagne was saying, no, you cut your hair if you're going to stand before a judge, if you got, some legal issues, you're trying to change your persona because...
Which is why he cut his.
Right, and this is why you cut your hair. Now, Kaepernick is getting prosecuted because of he's standing up for himself, and he didn't do it when it's convenient. Again, crisis is never convenient. I'm going to say that again. Crisis is never convenient. If it was convenient, it'll be a time, date, and a place when it'll be done, things will get solved, and it'll be averted. That's not how it works. So what he did was say how he felt. He made a stand, and people don't like that. That's fine. But again, that's his platform. So for Jason Whitlock to go attack everybody that said that Michael Vick was wrong, which he was, and he's creating his own platform, now you're still cooning, brother. Now you're still cooning. But again, you ain't saying nothing to Shannon Sharp. And I think that you mentioned something like that, right, Ruck? You were Phil. One of you guys is saying, well, he ain't checked Shannon Sharp.
He not.
You know what I'm saying?
He not.
And again, this
Shannon
is...
Sharp could touch him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shannon could put real hands on him.
For real.
No,
Same
you gotta remember,
and everything.
They on the West Coast. Everybody he talking shit about is in Connecticut. So, other than Colin. But, Shannon is there every day, all day.
Listen.
Shannon can come see him.
My last point, and then I'll give it to you, D-Rock. But again, I just want people that's watching this show, what Jason Whitlock is doing, he's falling into the ideology of what America sees black men as thugs, criminals, this, that, and the third. So by him saying he needs, Michael Vick, he needs to cut his hair, and Jason Whitlock backing it up. Jason Whitlock, I get it, you're an entertainer. I get it, that's how you make your money. But again, my brother, if you're watching this, whoever knows Jason Whitlock, I know some people probably know him.
Yeah.
You need to really check yourself, because the ideology that you portraying for America, you're falling right into it again. It's that house Negro syndrome. And if you continue to be a house Negro, when they get tired of that ass and they fire your ass, please don't try to get a job on BET. Well, matter of fact, you can, because they coning too. Do not try to get a job on TV One, because we don't need your ass. That's all I got to say about that situation for now. Go ahead, Ruck, man.
No, I just listen. This is my feeling on it, right? Again, Jason Whitlock is feeding into the machine that everybody wants to see us kind of tear down each other.
Right.
That's the main reason that he had Mike Vick on the show. Mike, now, I was in Virginia for a long time, have learned everything that there was about the legends of Virginia, including yourself, Aaron Brooks, your brother Marcus, of course, Allen Iverson, Ronald Curry. Even you being from the South, like, the fact that you couldn't see what they was doing to you is crazy, right? You get up there and say the first thing he should do is cut his hair. And he even said in his interview, he said, well, when people were telling me, I fought it. Right? Okay. But your situation, the Cap situation, is totally different, because Cap actually has not committed a crime. This is not a legal issue. This is a social issue that he's getting persecuted on. Right? And then whoever you think you auditioning for, whether it's NBC, whether it's Fox, whether it's whoever you trying to get on to be an analyst for, bro, you killing yourself. You killing yourself. And then the thing is, former players have always been able to go to the media and make a transition to where they still amend themselves to current players, right? Now, we always have the ones that stand out, like Barkley, like Shaq, people like that, but they can get that because they are who they are. Like, Mike, if you're trying to set yourself up to go back in the locker room, you just deaded yourself to everybody.
Right.
So everybody that liked you in Madden because you was that dude, it's a wrap now. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, it's two totally different issues. And for you to speak on it when you have not spoken to him, and then to say, and Chris, you pointed this out a while ago, he even talked about his stats as being wrong. Like, you totally misled his stats. His stats were good last year.
Stats were good last year.
So they weren't the Kaepernick stats that we saw when he first came
in a vacuum. His stats were
in a vacuum where he is now in comparison to other quarterbacks that are said to be seen at his level, his stats are good. Right. Perfect example, right? if we want to talk about privilege. Cap doesn't have a job with decent stats from last year, and I think there were a lot of starting quarterbacks that he still equaled out to.
Exactly.
Dan Orlovsky just got signed to the Rams, and he has never. Well, I take that back. Maybe 3, 4, I think 6 tops NFL games he ever started. I don't care if he's the man in Connecticut. I don't care if he owned all them records.
No, hold on, wait.
Hold on.
But even that, you're not Cat.
Hold on, Ruck. We got our first caller here.
We got a caller?
Yeah.
I'm gonna love this.
Hello,
what up, people?
Hello.
What's good, fella?
What's good?
How's it going, man?
I'm chilling, trying to call into the show.
Yeah, man.
Hold on. State your
We
name,
got you
gangster.
live, man.
State your name, gangster.
Peace. I'm on.
Yeah. We got you.
Hey, this Craig, a.k.a. Shamik. What's good?
Shot,
baby?
We got them 2 chickens. You get it?
Word. What's good with y'all?
Man, we up here, man. You know, we just want to say we appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you calling in. I see that you got the comment blown up.
The love is mutual, man. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
You got my man in there, too. That's the homie right there.
Yeah.
From Hampton. I done walked them Hampton and Newport News streets.
You already know, Shot.
I kind of know Vic. I was in Atlanta when Vic was down there. I done spoke to him. Like, it's crazy.
Okay.
Shot, tell him, Shot, how he jumping out the window.
What happened?
I said, tell him how he jumping out the window. That's crazy, man. He should not be speaking on a homie like that, man. He know where he come from.
And the part that he messed up to me was what he said about the foreman is right. I caught a felony in 19. I wouldn't go in front of the judge with an afro. I went with a low cut. Kaepernick didn't do anything but stand up for the flag. He doesn't have any felonies. He didn't get caught with no guns. He didn't get caught with no drugs. He didn't choke a woman and try to kill her like Hardy did.
He need to call the number.
Cowboys take him back. He didn't get a DUI. He get a jaywalking ticket, no less. When Michael Vick got caught with those dogs, I know how dog fighting is in here. He was guilty. He went to jail. He had to cut them. He cut them cornrows off court.
Exactly.
He didn't cut them off because he was getting blackballed about the job. Kaepernick had 16 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
Say it again.
He was bad on a bad team. Michael Vick had 20 touchdowns and 16 interceptions before he went through 18 months in Leavenworth Federal Correctional Facility. And the fact that he said it's not about his talent is ridiculous.
Exactly.
He's better. I'm not saying I understand why the Jets and the Browns and these teams that want to take the quarterback don't want him, because they don't want a quarterback to generate wins. But you telling me the Raiders after last year don't need a backup quarterback?
There you go.
Telling me the Cowboys after Romo went down and Dak stepped up don't need a backup quarterback? You telling me the Cardinals don't need a backup quarterback that has been in the Super Bowl, been in the NFC Championship game? I understand why the bad teams don't want him, but a backup quarterback might be the second most valuable position after your starter.
Exactly.
That's the Raiders last year. They had a quarterback that could function on any level. They may very well compete for a championship. He's being blackballed, and anybody that doesn't see that,
it's
to me,
crazy.
is a coon. And I don't think Vic fell for the trap because Vic is from the streets. He sold himself out.
Thank
I'm not giving him a pass as he was set up. He's a grown man. And the fact that he said that is on him. Whitlock is coon in his own right. But what Vic said is all on him, and it's ridiculous, man. In terms of performing, yeah, he's right. If you put yourself in certain situations, you do have to perform. I've had to do it. Kaepernick did not put himself in any position where, in a league where guys got permanent gold teeth, dreads, cornrows, scars on their face, some of them have bullet wounds. The cornerback from the Bengals been to jail 10 times.
There you go, man. Jones, fact me.
Vic hasn't said anything about that. And then you want a team in Philly where Cooper uses the plural form of the N-word to defend him. And you defend him. And then
they get rid of you.
They almost put him on a calendar in February. After he got caught saying the word. So I don't want to hear nothing from Vic. You defend the white man that says the plural form of the N-word, talking about he's your teammate, and this guy's in your fraternity and blatantly getting blackballed for sticking up for black men and women that have been murdered by police, and all America wants to do is talk about OJ. Give me a break, man.
Thank you.
I'm boycotting the NFL. I'm not watching no games. Sports is my life.
I'm with
not giving them $1 in the TV in the house I'm in can have that station on. I'm not compelling anybody else to do it. I'm doing it for me.
Well, Shy, you shouldn't do it anyway, Shy, because you're a Giants fan. So don't watch nothing.
That really Huh?
I said, Shy, you shouldn't watch anyway because you're a Giants fan. So don't say nothing.
Oh man, listen, we gonna smoke people this year. Like we gonna but it's different now. I got a 12-year-old daughter. How I'm explaining to her that black people don't want to act like they black and disregard their culture.
Exactly.
And I'm just gonna sit there and run my mouth and not do nothing.
Hey, Shy, I wanted to say something to your point. The thing that really got me about what Vic did was the fact that not only did you jump on there and down Kaepernick and how he played his whole situation, but where was the same criticism of young quarterbacks when Marcus was getting in trouble? You know what I'm saying? When he running from the cops in Miami, you wasn't on the news saying, well, I got to help my brother. I'm going to make sure he get right. I'm going to make sure he understands the opportunity that he has. You didn't do none of that. And the thing is, not only, and this is what people don't understand, especially people outside of Virginia, the dogfighting thing wasn't the first time that Mike was in trouble. A lot of people in Newport News saved him from being in trouble and helped him not only get to Virginia Tech, stay in Virginia Tech, and get to the league. So let's not make this like you're immune to everything. And like you said, Sha, I mean, a felony to somebody that's making a social stance, it just don't add up, B. It don't add up.
It doesn't. What America, black people and white people like on each other is the reason why Kaepernick took the knee. So every chance they get to talk about everything else besides the fact that racism still exists, that these cops are getting away with murder, shooting unarmed black men and women, they take it. Now it's about his hair. It was about his talent. It's about everything. It's about veterans, which is not about. It's about everything what the real issue is. And the real issue is the flag don't stand for nothing if you're not allowed to do what the First Amendment right gives you the right to do.
Absolutely.
And people need to Google who wrote it too and why it was written.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the only people that should be mad in this place is Native Americans. But black people are so stuck on this and don't want to do no knowledge of self and understand that Christianity started with slavery. I mean, all they give you was pork in a Bible for a reason.
Yeah.
For a reason. But at the end of the day, Michael Vick sounds like a hypocrite.
Yes.
He's bugging. Like, but black on black crime ain't always about putting hands on somebody. Black people have been trying to destroy each other
for years.
Since slavery. And this is another indication of how they just, want to knock that man for all kind of stuff. It's crazy. But I'm going to see how his views change if one of his family members gets murdered by a cop and they gun I'm going to see how he feels then.
His views are going to change. Listen, when he don't get a job this year, his views are going to start to change. And the crazy thing is, we always do it to ourselves, and then we look to come back to our community. So it'll change soon.
Michael Jackson, OJ.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. If he get a job, I'll never watch him anyway.
No.
And I'm likely to see him too. And if I see him, I'm gonna tell him about himself. Because I was in Atlanta in them clubs with him when he was in Atlanta, so I was living down there. I seen him in VIPs and we kicked it. I knew his bar receiver. That was my man. So if I see him, I'm gonna tell him he a clown. I know Steve Hampton and Newport News. My people still down there. Like, you got to be out of your mind to do that. Coming from him, it sounded crazy. And then you defend a white man with a ponytail that says the full form of an N-word. What's wrong with you?
Man.
I mean, it's just asinine, man. I don't understand it. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and then not to mention, slavery, was bought, and they were the first state that they were brought to was Virginia. So come on now, he know the history.
He know what it is. He know what it is. That's when he said it. I was like, yo, is he for real right now?
It's crazy.
But it's absolutely, it's absolutely nuts. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely nuts. And then to make it worse, not to eat up all the time of your show, I appreciate the time.
That's so dope.
The NFL brings back the racist dude to sing on Monday Night Football. Are y'all serious?
Listen,
like that's really why I'm boycotting, because I don't think Kaepernick wants to come back to the NFL. To be honest. I might not avoid that, but then you bring this guy back just to throw it in black people's face like we do what we want to do. That's crazy.
Of course.
The Hall of Fame is filled with African Americans that dominated that sport outside of maybe the quarterback position, and there's not one black NFL owner.
That's what we was talking about too. It's crazy.
They give everybody else their holidays, but us. Mexican Heritage Month, all that stuff. You got people fighting over the name of the Redskins, but even the NFL, and I don't know if anybody's ever noticed, but that's probably one of the fewest leagues that have done anything really to recognize Black History Month. You know how the NBA does different T-shirts and apparel and stuff like that. Let people wear different shoes. These players put different shoes on. What they getting again? Oh, fine.
Well, what they try to do is they again, you know, like you said, like the banana in the tailpipe. Mm-hmm. Remember when the Super Bowl happened? They had all the greats, you know, come out for their black schools. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, man, stop it.
Yeah, we noticed.
Stop it.
We noticed.
Stop it, man. Cut it out. But yeah, man,
it's crazy. I'm glad he's on the phone. And yo, out of everything he said, I really want to get into him about this Christianity thing. I totally disagree with your Christianity standpoint. You said Christianity started with slavery?
In terms of African American culture, slaves weren't born here being Christians.
No, I know slaves weren't born here being Christians, and I'm saying you think that Christianity started with slavery.
No.
I think Christianity started with African Americans in our culture in terms of when we were slaves.
Oh, okay, all right. I wanted that part wasn't clear to me. It kind of came off like you were saying that Christianity was invented when, you know, slavery happened, not that the white owners had introduced black people to Christianity once they came over.
Yeah, it was invented.
B.O., what up?
If you try to do a history of the Bible and try to find the Bible in any other language but English, you'd be hard pressed to. So the fact that it's only in English and there was languages, you know, at the start of civilization. I mean, if you delve into the Bible, if you read Psalms 82. If you read John chapter 10, it tells you that the people walking on earth were gods. If you read Genesis, it was Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. It's ironically the root word for Caucasian mountain where he multiplied. So the whole Christianity thing is in terms of African American culture, he stripped you of being powerful and being the original culture and the form of civilization and tell you to pray and sit there and don't do nothing. I challenge any Christian to sit in their room and pray for a year and see if anything changes. So they can believe in the mystery God and all that other stuff all they want to, but without action, nothing gets done.
Faith without works.
You know, it's easy to dominate a submissive culture, and they introduce African Americans to a religion that's forced them to be submissive so they can control their mind. And the ramifications of that are still going on right now. You know, how many times did your grandmother tell you, just go pray about it? That's not going to fix nothing. If we as a culture don't stand together and band together, regardless of your religion or your beliefs, and understand that black is black and we need to be all powerful together, like a lot of Jews, whatever area you live in, like a lot of Asians, or whatever you in, how they all stick together, we're gonna lose, and we're gonna be extinct sooner or later anyway. So, you know, like if we don't come together on that, and a lot of people talk about Christianity don't even know the Bible.
You right about that.
When I was 19, I took the name Shamik Divine Allah, Divine Percent. I used to start building with them, and when I would argue with Christians, I couldn't understand where they was coming from. So when I was incarcerated, I read the Bible cover to cover. I know the Bible better than most Christians. All Christians do is pray on Sunday for 2 hours. I can quote all kind of verses in the Bible. If you really read it, it'll make you think about things. I mean, New and Old Testament, there's a lot of things that people need to delve into. And at the end of the day, whatever religion
what's going on, big bro?
I don't care what. You could be Buddhist. If you can't see that white cop is killing unarmed black people and there's racism that still exists, I don't care what God you praise. That ain't going to fix nothing.
Well, you know, if you think about, I can't remember who said it. I think it was Dr. Umar Johnson. He said, like, if you look at all of the mega black churches, ain't none of them came out to support, you know, all these unarmed black men getting shot by cops. Like, you can't put a notable black pastor behind. Right. You can't put a notable black pastor behind any of the movements that are trying to prevent or at least, you know, bringing some type of acknowledgement on what's going on with police officers and unarmed black men.
It's unacceptable, man.
Yeah, it is unacceptable.
You know, like a lot of successful black people, when you got, you know, a guy that's supposed to be a man of the cloth, he should be held to a higher standard. Once he gets a certain amount of money, he no longer becomes a man of cloth, he becomes a businessman. Rich black people, mostly Republicans, they believe in that Republican culture because of where they are financially, and they lose sight of what their culture is doing. Everybody's fooled by Jay-Z 444. Have good credit. He's charging $400 for a concert.
That's How right about
critical is that? He's charging anywhere from $200 to $400.
Now let me ask you this. I do believe that most rich black people are Republicans. Would you say that you are a Democrat? And if you are a Democrat, would you give me the benefits of being a Democrat? Because I think they're both the opposite direction of where black people should be. So I would want to hear your thoughts on Democrats.
I don't consider myself really a Democrat. I just know I'm not a Republican and would never vote for that party because I know what they stand for. You know, and when I look at a lot of people, you know, they voted for Obama because he was black, which I did too. But if you looked at the agenda and what's going on in this country, I mean, when the fact that Kaepernick, and this is something that they didn't say either, Kaepernick was by Stephen A. Smith getting ridiculed because he didn't vote. What he said was, I don't like either one of the both horrible. I have no one to vote for.
They both were horrible.
That's what he really said. He didn't say they were both horrible.
They're both very horrible.
Candidates, who you gonna vote? So they want to tie you into be a Democrat or be a Republican. I'm a revolutionist, and the best way to get to the revolution is to vote on a Democratic ticket. So if you want to call me a Democrat, then yes, because I know the Republicans won't do nothing for my culture. But I don't subscribe to either one of them.
But yeah, because I mean, I would argue that the Democrats also just think that the black vote is a shoo-in for them because black people are just going to go with Democrats because Democrats preach to black people. Sometimes they give them they definitely dangle the carrot out in front of black people and they just run right to it.
Well, they get us because they make us feel included.
Yeah, but we're not. With the Democrats?
We know that. I mean, most people that are conscious would say that they understand.
203-491-5853 people.
You know, most people that are conscious would say that they do understand that. But I think for us, which is a bad thing about our culture, is the littlest bit of inclusion.
Get real happy.
Word? Yeah, that's what it is. So, I mean, it just, the thing is for us, I just feel like, you know, just people in general, you know, whatever side of the fence that you stand on, in terms of some of the injustices that have happened, a stance has to be taken.
Gotta be taken.
We at some point have to say, this is unacceptable. And I'm the biggest believer that none of this stuff happens on the political stage in terms of change. It needs to happen in our community.
Yes, it does.
First. In our houses first. Yes. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that we can say, a lot of things that we can get into. But
we wasn't really
religion
and politics.
I just wanted you to know we
I love it,
though.
I love it.
Definitely appreciate you calling in, man.
Because people need to understand we go different areas.
And please hit that share button. Like I said, we definitely trying to get you down.
Shy, we need to come live on the show, Shy.
There's a conversation that me and him need to have. That I feel like we can really
Shy, I need you to come down, son. I'm gonna send the people to come get you, son. I got you, Shy. What's good?
It's whatever, man. You know, I'm gonna show up. It don't matter.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for the support, man. Thanks for the support.
Baby. Love, man.
All right,
peace. This is why I love this show, son.
Thank you again, Brother Shami, for calling, man.
This is why I love this show.
491-5853. If you want to call in, please call in, man. You know, we got our mojo back, man. We on it. But again, you know, just to end that Vic topic again, you know, please be aware of what the media is doing to us. Please be aware of what, you know, they want us to be. Again, I'm just gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it alone. There's no black owners in the NFL. Segue into my next topic.
Wait, before you get to I just touch on one thing that Shah said. Listen, people, I do agree that, you know, we dug real deep into 444 and everything that Jay-Z was saying, right? I loved it. I mean, I'm the biggest supporter ever. And I get the point that everybody's trying to make with the concert tickets and all that stuff and the prices and whatever. Yeah. At the end of the day, we have to look at it for what it is. Business-wise,
yes,
it's a business. You know, you are a person, if you're entertaining, you're trying to make money. I don't fault that man for trying to make money. Could he do things that could make it easier for us to go support him? Absolutely. But I think what he gave us in the art, in the artistry, and what he laid down was a blueprint for people to have some different conversations because, it is about credit. Yes, it is about how other cultures come together and they do what they do
regardless of their religion,
and move their culture, and we haven't moved ours. So, like, I disagree a little bit, but you know that's the big bro. So whatever he say,
we're gonna definitely. But have you guys caught up with the show Last Chance U yet?
No,
not yet.
Season 2.
Never watched it.
No.
Not the
Chris,
first one.
Come on, man. You gotta check it out, man.
And Chris watched a lot of TV.
Yes, Chris put me on a lot of stuff. So again, I don't know if you know the premise of the show.
Nope.
So Here's the premise of the show. So, Last Chance U, it takes place at Eastern Mississippi Community College. So, their program is like dominant in football. I mean, like they won like 3 national championships. They should have won 2, but they got a little cheated. But that's another story, another here, another day. Another time. Watching the show, you see the players who basically are just transfers. They just DeAndre Johnson, the dude from Florida State who punched the girl at the club.
Yeah.
He's on the show. You got another dude. He came from Florida State. Now he's at Auburn. So a lot of dudes like, listen, instead of
quarterback.
Quarterback. Yeah. So instead of me trying to go to like a D2 school, let me go here, get my credits up, transfer, and I get a big time show.
What's Kelly's little
Chad Kelly?
Was it Chad?
Chad Kelly,
the one that was at Ole Miss.
Jim Kelly, yeah, Chad Kelly.
He was at
the show. LeGarrette Blount was there. He wasn't on the show, but these are some alumni who was, on the team.
Anybody that ever got kicked out of school,
basically
was on the show.
So they call it Last Chance U because this is their last stop. So you got a lot of dudes, and so you're watching how they go from, big time school. Again, now mind you, this school is little, but it still got like a nice weight room because of football. Like this school has been able to get a lot of money.
Football is the money.
So I mean, it's a town they in Scuba, Mississippi. Town of 700 people, and you got 3,000 to 4,000 people show up for the game. So it's a big deal there. So as you're watching the show, you're watching these players who are just like, listen, I'm just here so I won't get fined. Basically, whatever I got to do, give me that little ditto. I'll do this little essay. That's it. And you have a coach, a white coach. He's from Alabama, right? So. Again, disclaimer is the media, TV, editing, they know how to edit it to make it look like something that is probably not. Okay. You got him putting it together. It's making the coach look like he doesn't like none of his players except for a few, yada, yada, yada. So I just want to say that. Again, he's one of the old school coaches. Again, this is a community college where a lot of these dudes play D1 board or going D1. So he's like, listen, this is what it is. If you don't like what I got to say, get off my damn field. He antagonizes them. He gets on them. I like his approach in that way. However, watching the show, it really shows how the school system failed these kids, Chris. Because a lot of these kids, Chris, I mean, they could damn near spell their name. You know what I mean? Like, they are struggling
with everything.
In like a remedial English class. And these players are very candid. They said, listen, I ain't been to class since 11th grade. And even then I wasn't going because somebody was doing my work. A lot of these kids come from these, football heavy towns. So they didn't really have to do anything in life. So their life is, I'm going to play football. That's all I know. That's all it is. So you got your lady named Miss Brittany Garner. She's the academic advisor. She basically is like telling them, listen, you need to sit down and do your work. This is what you need. And she's just really getting them, trying to get them eligible for Division I football so they can go play D1 football. Now, watching the show, and have you seen season 2 yet?
I haven't seen season 2, but there's a reason for that.
Okay.
But I'll let you finish.
So, watching it, I feel so, I don't know, it was like a guilty pleasure. Like, I like what they were talking about. I like what they were doing. But it was just so damn sad because it seemed like the coaches was not on the same page as Brittany this season. And I'm like, how do you...
the first season either.
Exactly. And I'm like, how do you have a person who's trying to get these kids eligible and you're not even acknowledging what this woman is doing? Now, again, it's showing how a lot of people feel about some white coaches in the inner cities. Like, yo, they don't really care about us. Not all white coaches, but this coach in particular, his name is Buddy Stevens. Again, old school dude. He seems like he's a good guy, but the way you watch these kids have issues, and the reason why I'm saying this, and this is my spiel, mental health is serious, okay? PTSD is serious, right? You got 3 to 4 kids on this show walking around with a damn attitude for no freaking reason. Now, any person be like, yo, what's wrong with you? Damn, man. You alright? Nah, something ain't right. That's what we're going to say. Again, this is what we thinking with our black kids. Like, yo, something ain't right. These kids are going through a lot of emotional issues. I mean, one kid, he was in a foster home. His father was in jail. His mother left him. One kid, he was raised by his aunt, uncle in a good home, but again, his mom wasn't there. I don't think people understand the effects that have on a person. Now listen, I was fortunate to have my moms with the relationship as good as it wanted to be, no. But again, what I went through was tough. But I couldn't imagine having my mother ripped out of my life. Mm. Now these kids are falling into the, system again. The good old boy. I'm going to play football. I'm going to get my mom a bigger house. I'm going to make sure she's okay. And that's what a lot of these kids think. And that's good mentality. But if you can't fucking read on a second grade reading level, and then when you got a coach who was like, yeah, this is a business, but then gets mad when these kids, one kid up there, and I don't know if you're going to watch second season, but it won't spoil it. One dude, his girlfriend lost a baby. Okay. One dude got ADHD to the point where he can't even sit still. He's a 19-year-old kid. He's really from like the suburbs of like, Maryland, but you got these kids who's thugs and who really bought that life. So he's trying to stay afloat with them. He's trying to like show them, hey, and the only thing he said, I'm a fucking man, I ain't no punk. And that's all he kept saying. But deep down inside, we all know when a man is saying that, what does that really mean? He's not really a man, right? So I don't understand how nobody could pull these kids to the side and get these kids some fucking mental health help. And not just this school, but I'm talking about in the realms of sports, period. A lot of these kids, again, if you're watching our show, think about it. You just seen somebody get their fucking head blown off in your face as a little kid. You seen somebody get their ass whooped. You seeing drug dealers. You seeing your mother get beat. Your mother's been, and then the doctor's going to say, take these pills right here. You'll feel a lot better. Now you taking these pills, you feeling sluggish. You feeling like shit. You can't move. Now, what is the next drug of choice that a lot of kids in the inner city do? Marijuana. So when people say these kids, oh, they need to cut it out, they throwing their life away, this, that, and the third. Again, I advise you to get on some Ritalin, which is damn near heroin. And you say, listen, I don't like it, but I can smoke some weed. Now again, is it weed is gateway? I'm not applauding it, but what I'm saying to everybody out there is that mental health is serious, and it starts at a young age, and it starts with the family. A lot of black folks don't like to go to get mental health services, and that's cool, but it's really not. So watching this show, and watching these players at these big time programs, people need to understand that it's a generational curse. And if I'm a coach, if I'm a player, if I'm a president, athletic director, what I'm doing is I'm getting these players into some type of seminars and counseling. I'm helping these players address their issues. Again, I'm not up here spilling and talking smack just to say it. I work in the field. A lot of these NCAA teams, whether you D3, D1, it don't matter, need to get your players some clinical mental health help. Because if you don't, you are just perpetuating the system that America wants us to be. Ignorant and dumb. And if you really care about these kids, again, I know every coach can't touch every player. I'm not saying that. But as a society and as a culture, talking NFL, NBA, where it's dominated by minorities, it needs to be some type of seminars. It needs to be some type of mental health help that has to take place and get these kids. Because you're watching the show and you're like, oh my God, this kid is screaming for help. But we don't see that because, again, as a coach, you got to make sure your family eat. They got to make sure their family eat, and it's a business. I get it, but somebody needs to put the brakes and say, you know what, as a commissioner and the president of NCAA sports, this is what needs to happen for every school. You need at least 21 hours. Would that rectify the situation? No, but again, it's going to start something. And that's all I'm asking. Watching that show, it was a good show. I like it. Very athletic. But again, these kids are screaming for help. And could you imagine, these kids are in a small school. So imagine at Ohio State, Florida, USC.
Well, that's why it happened, though.
Exactly.
That's why they ended up where they are.
Penn State, yeah.
I mean, and the reason I haven't watched the second season is the reason I stopped watching the first season is, I mean, it's a travesty what's happening to them, but again, it just shows, again, what it is. It's a business.
Yes.
And that coach is treating it as such, a business.
Right.
If you can get me W's, yeah, I'm gonna know your name and I'm gonna pay attention to you. If not, it is what it is. So, I mean, it was interesting to see from a different angle where these kids are trying to end up. I mean, it was interesting to see her as an academic advisor try to help. But again, I even think it was an education level that was piss poor.
Yes.
Even at their community college.
Yes.
You know, like a 3-question test.
It's crazy.
Fill out a ditto with 1 question on it.
Kids still failing.
And yeah, so
kids were still failing the test, and it was like a 3-question.
There was nothing there educationally that would help a kid get to another college and maintain for the 2 years that they would have left, 2 or 3 years. So,
but again, I'm watching this show, and you got the dude like Cam. Cam was up there, and the dude is obviously suffering. The head coach was really on him. I get that. But again, could you imagine these players at big schools?
Yeah, that's, again,
horrible.
That's why they ended up with, listen, dude from Florida State got kicked out for punching somebody. Punching a female student. Just like the guy that we just saw from Oklahoma that got drafted by the Bengals.
Mixing.
But again, like, so what do you think? You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, it shows you the balance too, because if they really did consider you that good, even then, on that level, they would have protected you, a.k.a. Jameis Winston.
One kid...
Crab leg.
Yeah. Now, he got protected. Now, one kid, he left Texas Tech because it was like a burglary charge, and he ended up beating the case. It was like, it wasn't his fault, but Texas Tech took him back. You know what I mean? He wasn't able to do it. But again, it's now, for him, he came from a good family. He had a good community. So again, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. That's how it seemed. Like, and he probably was with his boy. That's my boy. But I mean, I'm just like, damn, like, we need some help for these kids, man. We really need some help for these kids, man. We really need. Please, people, hit that share button too.
It's hard in the coaching profession, man.
Really is, man. Really is. So, Chris, I mean, I don't know if you get a chance, man. Just skim through it, please. Skim through it, man.
Get your gears grinded real quick,
please, Chris. Please, Chris, because
some of the kids trying to go to OH.
Yes,
they trying.
Come on, Chris.
But Urban don't play that.
Yeah, sure don't.
So it's games. Just for me, Chris. It will be an honor if I could watch a show that you never watched and enlighten you. Please, just take a look at it, man.
Yo, listen, man. Stop trying to delay the inevitable. I want to talk about your godson, because I know Chris wants to say something about it too. And then he puts the hat on.
I'm trying to create unity,
Chris,
man.
Please get this dude, man.
I'm trying to create unity here, man.
Chris, get this dude.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I ain't doing it, Chris.
Nah, man.
I ain't gonna start this one.
No. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let y'all. I'm just here to create, peace, man. Cavs Nation, baby. So, Christopher Aloysius. I'm sorry. Christopher Aloysius. Negro Damas Gay, Senior the Third. You've been quiet. We need you to open up the floor. Go ahead.
I mean, I really don't have much to say about Kyrie.
He's from Duke.
This is funny.
Yeah, I really, this is funny. I really don't have much to say. Listen, I mean, the same reason why people think, that the Warriors can't stay together forever. Like it's applicable to everybody, right? Like it's hard to keep great talent together and for everybody to feel that they're getting their just due. So, I mean,
but come on, like it ain't nobody ever shitted on Kyrie, say he's a second fiddle.
What?
People that know basketball know the truth. Like, if you watch that series last year and this year, you know that if it wasn't for Kyrie, they would not have won that championship. How am I acting?
This when we start talking.
Am I lying? If it wasn't for Kyrie, the Cavs wouldn't have won that series last year, right?
They wouldn't have won the championship.
Exactly. That's true. Like, everybody know that Kyrie is that dude. Like, and if you don't think that he's that dude, I don't know what to tell you.
Can we get the credit that we were talking about, that LeBron is out? Can you admit that me and Chris have been telling you?
I will bring you your Dos Equis.
2 months.
Call in, Kendall. Kendall, call in.
That LeBron is out like an unpaid light bill?
Give him the call-in number.
So this the call-in number 203-491-5853. That's 203-491-5853. Hit that shit button too.
Slow it down, yo. Look,
wait, like the rapper.
Yeah.
Slow it down.
You can't catch it?
No, it's because You know why people don't call Hot 937?
Everybody know Hot 97. 1-800-223-9797.
Well, they don't call because they don't want to speak to Flex.
Well, that's true too.
I'm gonna slow it down.
He lied.
203-491-5853.
There you go. There you go.
If you ain't got it after that, kiss my ass.
How you want to tell the people that?
Because it's a big podcast.
But let's get back to it though. Again, this isn't something that's shocking to me.
Nah.
Kyrie want to be out because he see the writing on the wall.
Dan Gilbert's a dumbass.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with Dan Gilbert. No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. And you know,
at some point, your godson has to take some responsibility.
No, he took enough responsibility. You need to blame Dan Gilbert.
When?
He is firing everybody. He's going to fire everybody. Dan Gilbert still feels that he only needs one player on the court.
When did he take responsibility?
LeBron?
Yeah.
What did he take responsibility for? For what?
Well,
for what?
You one need to take responsibility for giving Kevin Love this money.
Hold on, man. There we go. Give the people what they want.
Yep. Yeah, answer the phone. Let the people talk to you.
Thank you for tuning in to Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
How's everything, brother?
State your name, gangster. State it again.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, Kendall?
We chilling. So,
hey, man, I just wanted to comment on that whole Kyrie situation.
Oh, please go ahead.
I mean, I got two perspectives on it. I mean, you think about it this way. Kyrie started off on the Cavs, and that was basically his team. All right, and then you get LeBron coming there, and then he's basically the man now.
Okay, because he is the man.
How long can you sit there and be a man's shadow? You know what I mean? A man that they basically put everything around LeBron, and he was even considered. They didn't even consider him really a superstar until he won that shot. Then he won the championship.
Talk that talk, Kendall.
So he probably just want his just due. He want to have his own team. Plus, he's sitting here hearing rumors about how LeBron is going to end up leaving him anyway.
There it is.
If he's going to leave him for another team, why are you going to stick around? I can understand if he was going to stay there and they'll sit there going to keep fighting for championships.
You're going to need a new hat soon.
Back and forth. But in this situation, that's not the deal. They're going to fight one more year, and then Kyrie's going to be left there with bumps.
With nobody. Now, Kevin Love.
Now, my thing is that, again, I'm going to say you can't blame LeBron. That's my thing. Now, do I agree with Kyrie? Yes.
Why?
Because how can you blame LeBron? He's not the GM. He's not the owner. He's not the president.
Listen, if you talk to anybody, Chris, help me with this.
You know what? LeBron got a lot of influence on
Chris, get him.
Yeah, he goes around and he says, I need a point guard. Make sure you get me a good point guard that can finish. Who do they go out and get? They get Darren Williams. They get whoever the heck they want because LeBron wants it.
I put it to you like this:
the majority of the money to that state and to that city.
He damn right.
So he has a lot of influence on everything that happens.
Yeah, he has influence. But
name one person, and that's your man, Kendall. Answer this question too. Name one person. Name one player that has been put on the Cavs team that LeBron did not want there. I'll wait. Name one.
Again.
Name one player that has been added to the Cavs roster since LeBron has been there that he did not want there. Okay. He wanted Kevin Love.
But again,
he wanted Tristan Thompson.
But you got to remember.
He wanted JR.
Listen, I'm not sure. Yeah, but LeBron was in the same situation that Kyrie's in because LeBron didn't have nobody around him when he was with the Cavs the first time. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
So now he's like, listen, if you want me to stay, this is who I need.
Let me tell you.
Did they win?
He wants to have somebody that basically they can. He wants more people that can hold the load down without then he can do his same old.
Listen,
style.
LeBron James.
So
that's basketball.
He has shooters. He's going to make sure he has people that are going to fight, that are going to hustle.
Here. Let me.
That's basketball.
Let me give you two. Let's do 2 points. And Chris, I want you to take one of these. Right?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
In my opinion, there have been two people in the NBA, right, that have force-fed what they wanted their roster to look like. Michael Jeffrey Jordan,
championship,
and LeBron.
Championship.
Now, we could go to with Jordan. We could go to the infamous Pete Myers situation when they was in New York. When Jordan said he had to clap twice and Pete didn't give him the ball. Pete was gone the very next day.
Which he should be.
Right? Okay. So now Bron has built this team and has helped put this team in a luxury tax hellhole that they cannot get out of for the next 4 years, right? Why would Kyrie not? He's smart. He wanted to do. Kyrie said,
he would do for one season and only 3 semesters.
He from Jersey.
3 months.
Watch him out.
Stop it.
So listen, he know what's going on. He know Bron out. So why not?
That's fine. I don't have issue, but again, you can't blame LeBron.
No, I'm not saying that, but now you got to take some accountability.
No,
because now instead of making videos with Meek Mill song, you got to do something else.
He did,
because if you want to with the rollie on, boom, you know what I'm saying? If you want to get to another championship, you better do something else, boy.
Go ahead, Kenny.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he's still. Let's just think about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you had Scottie Pippen to run his own team, right?
Okay.
We know Scottie Pippen's, great player and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But without Jordan on the team, he's not living in a shadow. He can make his own name. And when Jordan was going for that little bit of time, who did they say? Listen, they did it without Jordan. Look what they did without Jordan. Because Scottie Pippen was there.
But they still didn't win nothing, though.
They did get further, though.
They got further.
It doesn't matter how many superstars, ex-superstars they keep putting on the Cavs, because that's basically what it is. They put guys that used to be superstars, all-stars, or superstars, and they put them on the Cavs, and they somehow make it work because LeBron does most of the work. But then when you get to the bench, it's the same situation. It's like playing on the Knicks.
Oh, man.
And LeBron has to do a whole bunch of work. And without him being there, that team is going to be sorry.
Listen, and Kyrie knows what it is. His business first. He's putting himself in the best situation.
Again,
he gets to the Spurs, it's a problem.
Listen, I hope Kyrie gets to where he wants to go. Again, I'm not mad at Kyrie, but again, I don't think that you can blame LeBron on this.
I'm not blaming him. I just want to take some accountability.
I can't give him 100% of the
can't give him a pass.
The reality is I got to give him some credit.
You can't give him a pass.
He's influence on the team. He's the leader of the team.
Yeah.
So the leader sitting there telling you he's going to leave. Then what am I supposed to do?
No, that's true. Good. You know what? Kyrie should leave if he feel like it, and every player should. But again, my thing is the writing is on the wall. And again, I want to give Chris and D-Ruck credit because they're like, yo, LeBron out, he's out, peace. Again, that's cool. But I'm not going to say that this is all on LeBron.
Same thing that happened in Miami.
I think that what happened was when KD went to Golden State, you seen the axis in the earth shift. You seen players like, listen,
you can't blame everything on KD either.
I can't. But what I'm gonna say, I'm giving him credit like Kendall's giving LeBron. I'm giving him credit because he's telling every player, you need to step your game up because it's about to get real. And it just got real. And you see everybody trying to position themselves to win. To win. And
the question becomes when you're talking about winning the championship in the NBA this year, the question becomes, what combinations of player can you put together that you realistically can put together that can beat Golden State? And I'll wait.
It's not a lot.
What's because you can say, well, let me put
right now.
No, you can put a duo together. You can't realistically do it because you can say, well, let me get LeBron, let me get Kawhi, and let me get AD. Okay, sure. Now you got something to work with, but you can't realistically do that.
Exactly.
So it's what realistic combination of players can you put together to beat Golden State? And right now, there's none.
I mean, right now, there's none. I think the team that could beat them realistically, if you add one more piece to them, and it might sound crazy, but the Spurs. I mean, they won't beat them in the finals.
I'm not going to disrespect you.
They're in the same conference. But the Spurs will have a major chance if they had
Kyrie.
Younger talent.
Well, if they had
a another premier player besides
Kyrie.
Kawhi.
If they had Kyrie.
The reality is everybody else on that team is old.
True. I will give. I'll give you that. But I think the addition of Rudy Gay has made them
very serious,
a very serious contender against Golden State. Here, the question is,
you got to realize they still have Pop.
They still have Pop.
Everything is not about the players; it's about the coach.
No, absolutely.
I will say this.
Proven winner with whatever system.
I will say this: if I'm going to pick a team to beat Golden State, it is the Spurs. Mm-hmm. Like the Spurs, just because of the culture of San Antonio,
go Spurs
and how they go Spurs go and how they run their organization. I'll never. There's always a caveat when you pick Golden State. You go, Golden State should win. Unless, the Spurs come up with something, because you wouldn't be surprised if the Spurs came up with something. And even if the Spurs added another player, even if they added Kyrie, I would say I'm still picking Golden State.
Me too.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the Spurs won.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the Spurs won with what they got right now. We all saw what the first half of that game looked like with Kawhi. It definitely had everybody going, well, what do we got here? Well, what do we got here? But, at the end of the day, when I look at it, I go, you telling me I got to deal with Kevin, Steph, Clay, Dre, in that order.
Iggy.
In that order. And then you go, I think one of the most underrated things about Golden State is their bench. I remember when the playoffs were going on, and we were everybody was talking about how good Cleveland bench was, and I'm on the show going, yo, what are they looking at?
Yo.
Like, what are they looking at?
Tell them what you said. Nigga, wait.
Yeah. Wait.
Allen Iverson voice.
Golden State got the best bench in the NBA.
Yes.
They got the best bench in the NBA.
Let's correct the statement. Golden State has the best team, top to bottom, in the NBA.
Very true. Top to bottom. Top to bottom.
Very true. And you got to realize that they have a bench, too, as well. So it's not like they're going to just, start slowing down because the second half of the team is going in. That's the biggest thing is, you got the Cavs who, when LeBron's in there, they score 40 points or whatever. They'll go crazy between him and Kyrie. But once that bench comes in,
it's a wrap.
Who you really got to depend on?
I'll tell you one person that I know is ecstatic that this whole thing is happening. John Wall. John Wall sitting back like,
you know what?
Yes.
John Wall in the Washington Wizards can be happy that it looks like Cavs are going through some turmoil. But listen, right now, as of right now, to me, with Kyrie not on the team, I'm still not picking nobody over the Cavs. Just realistically, I'm not. You
with Kyrie off the team, I don't think they have a chance.
Listen, you have to prove
they have a chance without Kyrie.
No. I don't think they have a chance to win the championship. But we're talking about the East. And until proven otherwise, I'm not giving nobody in the East any respect.
I don't care how low LeBron cut his head.
I don't care how low he cut his head.
You still got to come for the Celtics.
Listen, the Celtics are nice.
They still got to come for them.
They have
nice, and they're still building. They got a young team, and they're still managed to find a way to the first spot in the East.
They did, and how much did that help them, Kendall?
My LL.
How much? They got blown out 4 times at home by 20.
The matchups were all screwed up. You're dealing with a point guard who's shorter than everybody on the air right now, and he's doing everything, and he's hurt.
He's shorter than everybody
you on the air. You got a guy who's trying to do everything for his team, and he's hurt. And now you got the first round draft. I don't know who they picked up, which is not really. It might be important, but you also got to realize that their stock. Who can they trade for? What can they get? How can they improve their team?
Who, the Cavs?
Who,
the Cavs?
No, I'm talking about the Celtics.
Oh, listen, the Celtics. Listen, the Celtics. The only thing. Listen, if you got any hope in the Celtics winning, and this is with Kyrie leaving. This is with Kyrie leaving the Cavs, and it's just a LeBron, Kevin Love team. I'm still picking them to win the East. But if you're a fan of somebody in the East like the Boston Celtics, and you want to have a hope of winning, you better hope that the New Orleans Pelicans tank like they're thinking that they might, and then they offer the vote for AD. Yep. They get AD, then I think. Well, hold on, I still think the game go to 7, and I'll give it to Boston.
I don't see it.
I'll give it to Boston. I'll give it to Boston.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't see it without Kyrie. You look at his numbers in the playoffs, right? We're not even gonna count the finals. In the playoffs, he's still averaging like 30 points. Who's going to supplement those 30 points that he's giving you?
I'm going to say,
just points he's giving you. His not really defense. It's more of playmaking. You know what I mean?
Kendall, I just
make the plays.
I just want to hip you to this. I just want to hip you to this. And you making very valid points. Kyrie is an integral part of the Cavs, the way they play basketball. I don't want to take anything away from Kyrie. Kyrie is a phenomenal player, but a phenomenal offensive player. And how would they supplement the points? I would have to remind you to think about Game 3 of the first round with the Cavs versus the Pacers. Now, if you go back and you remember this game, Cavs were down 20 points. In the fourth quarter, Kyrie and Kevin Love didn't even get on the court. You can go look at that. They did not get on the court, and LeBron was able to make I don't want to call them scrubs, but less than great players.
The others.
He opened them up to make, the others. He opened them up to be better than what they really was, because that was, listen, we can bang on LeBron a lot for his hairline, for him
with the
going, the roast up the rolling. We can get on him for a lot of things, but you can't deny in the East, he makes the competition look suspect. I never see him do what he does against West teams, great West teams, what he does against East teams. But the East is just not equipped. To me, there's only one, the heir apparent to the East is Giannis, right? That's the only other player you can say he has the physical tools, the skill set, the frame that he could. He's young enough to one day he'd be like, "Nah, you can't bully me, son." Everybody else in the East, good luck. Good luck. He's that dominant of a player. He's that dominant of a player that I would say, even without Kyrie, and if it was just him, Kevin Love, and the others, I would still pick the Cavs to win the East.
Chris, you gotta also mention the point too.
If Paul George never left, right? Do you think if they would have added another piece that they would have a chance?
No.
Against GoldenTate?
No. Or against Cleveland? No. No, I didn't understand the question.
He said if the Pacers added another.
If the Pacers if they kept Paul George and the Pacers added another piece. No.
Another piece.
No.
So
Because
they added a John Wall to that team.
No. Because
they would have a chance.
No. You know why? And this is what I say.
I think because the only reason I say that is because I think that overall Paul George just match up well with LeBron.
That team had a different mentality.
But he's basically the only reliable person on the team.
No, that team had a different mentality.
Yeah.
That was a hard-nosed, thuggish Indiana team.
Yeah, it was.
David West was the thug apparent on that team. he was that dude, Jersey. So, no, it was just a different mentality. But getting back to the Kyrie point that he made, though, it's not so much about supplementing the 30 points, because what a lot of people forget, especially in this year's playoffs, in those first two rounds, with the Pacers and with the Raptors, he damn near didn't even average 3 assists.
Nope.
So you're talking about putting up numbers, but you're not getting everybody else involved. And then you can see where he wants to go, because if he's saying he wants to be the focal point of an offense, he's ready to get busy.
He ready to go to New York.
Now,
he ready to go to New York. Just say
now you talking about going to New York? I don't know if that's going to work. You could be the focal point there, but you won't win again. And if he's resting on the point that I already got one. But if you go to San Antonio, you will win.
But hold on. Obviously, he don't care about win, because if he wanted to win, he would stay in Cleveland.
Exactly.
If his main focal thing is I want to compete for a championship,
that's my point.
Every year, I would stay in Cleveland. Kyrie, I love him. Kyrie wants to be the face of the team. He's saying, I got my one, and I think I'm good enough to go get another one. You got to remember, and I get this from Brian Windhorst, so I got to give him the props for this. Brian Windhorst said that Kyrie sees himself in the same light as Kobe.
Yes.
He sees himself in the same light as that.
Yes.
So he is very much content with, I can do this, but I don't need you, Shaq, LeBron. I don't need you. I can do this by myself. So he would very happily go to New York, play with the unicorn, and stink.
Yep.
And be happy.
And be happy. Fine. Because he's a person that's going to New York with a recent championship.
Not wanting to be in the shadow of anybody else.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to be in the shadow.
He is good enough. He may have to improve in defense and maybe
he plays around it.
Yeah, and making people better.
Besides that, I mean, he is a very high.
But I'll tell you this too. This to me, for Kendall, this is the other thing to me.
You may compete for next year, but then after that, that's it.
But see, Kendall, this is the other point that we got to talk about too. As much as Kyrie wants to go somewhere so he can be the man, Bron likes to go into situations where he has some security. I'll put it like that, nicely.
That's true.
He wants to go to a situation where it's easy for him to be him and not have to be so dominant. So he's setting that situation up too, because, and this is how I feel. I said it before he even left Miami. I said, yo, he's gone. When his contract is up, he's gone. Because you can tell now that the writing was on the wall, because we didn't know, but I guarantee you he knew Chris Bosh was getting sick. I guarantee you he knew what was happening.
We saw what was going on with Dwayne Wade.
You know what I'm saying?
Breaking down.
He saw all that.
How much they were up against it with the Cavs.
And he that championship. He already said it. He's going to get them their championship.
Yeah, and even now, but even now, what he's trying to do too, which I think is a bad move, he's trying to get so-called veteran players that supposedly fit a role that he still thinks has something in the tank. Like, you're recruiting Derrick Rose for one reason. Because you know that he's supposed to be a penetrating point guard that's going to get to the hole, draw and kick, whatever. Now, Derrick has done that over the last season, and people keep sleeping. Look at the stats, people. The numbers were there last year. But he's looking to now wipe this team's slate clean, and I guarantee you what he's trying to do for the rest of the year. He's trying to somehow get D-Wade to get that buyout from Chicago. That's happening. He's trying to make it so.
Leaves,
exactly.
I guarantee you, if Kyrie leaves, D-Wade is coming to the Cavs.
I guarantee you that the one front runner, and no matter else, whatever else you hear, the one front runner is going to be New York, because that's the easiest way for him to get Melo.
Yeah. So you get Melo, you get Dwayne,
exactly.
You get Derrick Rose. I mean, listen, it's an older team, it's an injury-ridden team,
but they should know how to play.
But given the right situation, they could cause Golden State some problems. They still won't win. But they can call them. Listen, they might win 2 games this year.
I don't even see how that can even help win, truthfully.
No, they're not going to win. They're not going to win the chip. Nobody is winning. Listen, you can book. Man, I would go into the NBA stats right now and book Golden State for the next 2 chips. Okay, just period. You can just book them for the next 2. After that, but somebody might make it interesting.
Hey, Kendall, we just want to, thank you for tuning in, brother, and calling in. And
you come up though, Kendall.
Definitely
come in live.
Definitely want to have you live.
We gotta have Kendall take a break from saving the world and fighting fires.
Yes.
And we need him to come down to the studio.
Yes, man. Like I said, man.
Nah, keep fighting the fires.
That's New Haven's finest that we got on the line right here.
Definitely, man. Appreciate you, and stay tuned and hit that share button, man. Thank you for the love, man. All right, peace. People can't wait, man. Like I said, people cannot wait to get on this. But again, I agree with y'all, 100%.
So you just put the hat on for no reason?
Because listen, we still trying to keep the Cavs unified. But again, even if we get all that, it's still not gonna be enough. No,
it's not gonna be enough. But listen, everybody dying for some competition. So I mean, if they got that, maybe they win 2 games.
Listen, Cavs need Terrell Brandon, Sean Kemp, Bob Serra, Mark Price, and Larry Nance to be on the bench
again
to make it interesting right now.
Not until Klay Thompson is up for free agency, and we gotta wait and hang on what he's gonna do. Now, I think he's gonna resign.
I think he's gonna stay.
I honestly believe he's gonna stay. I don't see. Joe Lacob said that he is willing to pay the luxury tax, so that means he's willing. You're gonna have to give Klay. Not that I feel that Klay is a max player.
He gonna get max dollars.
You gotta give him max dollars because somebody else would give it to him.
But again, are we gonna have the Klay that's after they win that chip? Because I'm saying that they're gonna win the chip this year. Are you getting a Klay like, listen, I'm tired of being under Kyrie. I mean, I'm sorry, Steph.
No, he's just not that kind of guy.
I know.
Light-skinned people are different. When it's going good for khaki-colored people, they don't move. AKA Drake.
Nah, because he gonna have somebody in his ears like, man.
His father was a #1 draft pick who rode the bench for the Lakers.
Listen.
And got them rings.
Listen, come on, man.
Drake on Young Money for a reason. He comfortable.
He gonna get with somebody. He gonna get rid of Kardashian, and they gonna say, "Man, listen, it should be your show, okay?" David Ruffin and the exactly.
Let me tell you something. You see Klay out in China, he a star.
Listen,
okay?
No, I agree.
You see him out in China
with some one rings.
Honestly, I just would love to see how many championships they can win together. Like, I would love to see.
Listen, if anything, I think, and this is what I have to make of what Golden State is. They have put themselves in a position to see all these other super teams crumble.
Mm-hmm.
They watched OKC fall apart.
Yep.
They watch now Cleveland doing this. They know how.
Cleveland not super team.
Come on, but I'm just saying they know how to stay together.
That's good.
And they gonna make it so. Listen, Come on, man. I mean, it's just as good. They're in a position right now that anybody that plays with LeBron is in the Eastern Conference. You're going to get a shot at an NBA championship. There's a 99.9992% chance that if you play with LeBron in the East, you're going to get a shot at a championship. Yep. If you're on the Golden State Warriors, a.k.a. David West, Dave, you want to go somewhere? Nope. Dave, we can't pay you but $5. Just give me $4.50. I'm good.
JaVale, how about you? I'll take that $20.
Well, no. JaVale is another story. He's being courted heavy.
Yeah.
Because he had such a good season. And remember, he didn't play last year.
JaVale.
I wouldn't be. JaVale.
Don't be stupid.
He probably is going to go.
He's going to go.
He's probably going to go. But,
he deserves to go.
Yeah. At the point, you deserve it. You got banged on for a lot of years. Shaq'd in a fool. And you kind of played really good this year.
And see, this is what I feel makes us a little bit different. Because I know y'all would do the same thing. Like, I get the money aspect, but I know, I'm going to say, I know for me, winning is more important. The money going to come with the winning. Yeah. I'm not going to go to another situation where Shaq about to be talking about me again in 4 months.
But it don't matter. It depends what the money is. It depends what my money situation is and what the opportunity is. I want to win. I want to win, but
I'm like Marshawn Lynch. I'm really from there, though.
Do I want to win and get minimum money and I really don't got a lot of money and I'm living off a minimum? Or do I want to lose and get a $30-40 million contract real quick?
Damn,
that's you got
or he might give it a team that's like okay, and like he might be that missing piece now again.
I don't know. JaVale ain't no missing piece.
No, I'm just saying though, but he get like I'm just saying like
he a missing link.
I'm just throwing it out there. Let's just again he's not going to make impact. But let's say if the Spurs can pay him. Let's say if he can go to Spurs, right? Spurs like listen, we can use you.
I don't know if he makes the same impact. Like he's so good on the Warriors because of how they play and because of the ball. Right, like. The reason he's getting offered good contracts is because of the people he was playing with. They were able to get the most you could get out of JaVale.
But I think that Pop could get the most out of him. That's what I'm saying.
But what Chris is saying is, and again, what people have to pay attention to, it's a style of basketball and your performance in that style that makes you attractive, right? So Ian Clark just got a whole bunch of money. Because of who he was playing for. Yeah. JaVale could get a whole bunch of money because of who he was playing for. We can take it back to the Spurs system. Listen, when Steven Jackson won that championship with the Spurs, the Bobcats said, listen, here's the bank. Right? Because of the system that he was in and he could get busy a little bit. So it could happen, but again, I guarantee you that if Steven Jackson could go back and look at that contract again, he'll tell you, he was like, yo, I definitely should have stayed there. AKA see Jonathan Simmons after next season.
Well, but again, I can't bank Jonathan Simmons been in the D League. He ain't been dealing with scraps and then somebody come and open the checkbook. Young man, go get that money. Go get that money.
All right.
I mean, it's cool.
I hear you.
If you Tony Parker, go stay. Why you gonna go somewhere? You got your money. Yo, make things work. A la Tim Duncan, stuff like that. Yo, Manu, make it work.
Pal. Yeah,
make it work.
I get it.
You a young bull, and you in the prime. You better go get that dough.
Yo, okay. So let me ask you this: saying that and knowing that the person that we about to talk about is not in the prime, does Melo go to Houston or do you go to Portland?
Yeah. First of all, I'm gonna let you know right now. Cleveland. I do not want Melo in Portland.
No,
I don't.
He's dead.
Let me tell you for two reasons. For two reasons. One of the reasons is if we get Melo. Are we better than Golden State? No. I mean, are we better? Sure. But we just took, how old's Melo? 36? 35? 34? We just took a 34-year-old guy that we got to keep till he's 36 on a team where he's not the number one option. It's still Dame. And I got to get a guy who doesn't play defense. I got to get a guy who doesn't play defense on a young squad, and he's fucking up our cap room.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't need that. For me, I'd rather go either. For me, the way I'm looking at it, as
if you was Melo agent, if you was his agent,
I would say we're gonna get you to Houston. Houston would be the spot that he needs to go to. And this is just as a Portland fan why I don't
shout
want to
out to Malaya.
I'm looking at it like this. Steve said he's 32. That Melo's 32.
That's
Okay.
it? I thought he was like...
Yeah, he did 1 year of college.
LeBron 35, but he acted like he's 30.
Here's the thing. Nobody's beating Golden State, I feel, for the next 2 years.
I agree.
So why do I want to bring this guy on for us to lose to the Warriors for the next 2 years?
Okay.
I just don't need it. What I do want is for us to get that fucking Evan Turner and Allen Crabbe contract off the books. And I want to be able in 2 years to
That's
say
like $160 million.
what I want to be as far as if I'm in the Trailblazers organization, I'm going, yes, he's a nice player. Yes, he makes us better. But what are we in the West with Carmelo? Maybe, at the best, a 4 to 5 seed? At the best?
Okay.
Because we still not beating the Spurs. You're still not beating Golden State. I got questions if we can beat Houston. Timberwolves are coming. They're young. I want to be the Timberwolves. That's what, as a Portland fan, I want to be getting young talent. I want to be getting younger because the Warriors going to get old at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to catch them right in their decline is our incline. That's where I want to catch them at. Melo doesn't help Portland do that. So go to Houston. Houston, they already set in their old ways. Go do that. I don't want you, B.
But then you got an owner who's selling a team though. So
people get traded every
day,
day.
B.
You know what I'm saying?
Tough, right?
He better go to. He know where he need to go.
Listen, the best place for Melo is Houston, followed by the Cavs. Now the Cavs make the most sense because New York can get a great commodity for Carmelo. You can say, here's Carmelo, you give us Kyrie, we give you some draft picks. It ain't straight up. We'll give you some bullshit and some Carmelo Anthony. Yeah. And you give us Kyrie. We got somebody who wants to
take JR back, we all set.
Right. Right. You take Shump, whatever. That makes sense for the Knicks to do that. Houston, that's just, let's get him out of here.
Yeah.
You hear me? Because you're not going to get the level of a player that you'll get for Kyrie. You know what I mean? Getting back for Carmelo. Yeah. You almost never get the worth of your player when you traded him away. Mm-hmm. You can actually get close with the Kyrie.
In New York, yeah.
True. Yeah, well, and again, we gonna definitely bring it to you. We can't wait to see what's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Again, like Chris and I were talking, I was talking to you, Roy. I think this NBA season is more compelling than NFL right now. And then not only that, but for the next 2 seasons though, the NBA is really going to get interesting because you're gonna have players like, listen, do I really want to win a championship, or I just want to get my money? And you got players who are in a situation where they can do both because you got these owners these what if situations. So it's a great situation, man. It's definitely great. I hit my topics, man. Is there something that you guys want to touch on real quick, man, before we head off the air?
Tyreek on power and need his butt whooped.
Don't tell me, man. I gotta watch it. Don't tell me.
Period.
Don't tell me.
Period.
Don't tell me. Tyreek. He's just going through a lot, man.
I would say, I ain't watched this week's episode yet.
I can't wait.
I watch when I get home.
I ain't watching the news, but I'm just saying. In
general, I hate Tyreek as much as I hated Joffrey in Game of Thrones. Like that's how much I hate Tyreek. As an actor, I feel like he's doing a phenomenal job because he's making me hate him as a character. But also in that sense, he's doing so great at his job, he needs to get killed off the show. Like, I need him to get popped, so quick in power.
Hold on.
Nah, I ain't talking about with no power.
Yeah.
Tyreek, this for you. Tyreek, this is for your black ass.
Pop it that one time. Yeah.
There we go. You know what I'm saying? This is what Tyreek needs. That's what he needs. His little ass.
Y'all talk about getting popped with a belt. Now, I'm talking about he need to get the gun. I need him killed off the show.
Chris, but he's just an ignorant, dumb, rich kid. He don't know no better.
Good. They need to go too.
He don't need to get killed. God damn.
Rich kids get killed every day, B.
God damn.
They tough,
right?
Hell no, they ain't tough. You see this little sucker ass nigga?
You watch Law and Order?
He's scared as hell.
Yeah, exactly.
He's scared as hell.
But they're doing a phenomenal job, yo. People leave Angie alone. It's just a character.
Yeah,
she get death threats in real life.
Yo.
Like, yo, fam, she really just James St. Patrick ain't really in jail, y'all.
No.
Like, he
ain't really in
GoFundMe
jail. Accounts.
Yeah, so like, fam, come on now. Yo, listen, I hate Angela on the show too, but like in real life, if I met her, I'd be like, yo, you doing a great job.
If I met her, I'm gonna say, you gonna get me in that ass?
They was like, yo, get Proctor out of there and get OJ lawyer.
Well, Proctor is out of here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Proctor is out of there. But only thing I'm gonna say is
Proctor, my man, though. I mess with you.
Proctor, I do mess with Proctor. Yo,
The
this
house party
weekend,
ass whooping. Damn right, Steve.
this weekend, everybody, I know everybody's talking about Mayweather and McGregor and all that stuff, but you got a real boxing match coming up
Who we got?
this Saturday when recently crowned Coon number 2, Adrian Broner.
Yep.
Is going against Mikey Garcia. Yeah, that's gonna be.
Gonna get that ass whooped.
He about to get that work.
He about to get this. Adrian Broner about to get this ass whooping.
That's about to be a good fight. And on top of that, this weekend you get the return of John Jones Bones against Daniel Cormier. So like, yo, it's some good action. This coming up Saturday. So you know,
and Bones been talking like he like, yo, I need this fight for my career.
He do. He need that hit.
I mean, he already beat him.
He about to get that dude some real work.
Listen,
though.
I
can't
You
wait
been
to see
talking
it.
real crazy.
And you guys are overlooking the fact that a king was born that day, this Saturday, man.
True.
It's my birthday, people.
True.
It's my birthday, people.
True.
You know what I'm
Clap it
saying?
up for that young man.
It's my birthday, man.
Clap it up.
So we got sports. We got professional setting, born day. You know what I mean? Big booties of cocaine. Won't be there. Sorry. Not at my party. You missed it.
Not on duty. Not on duty.
Not the joke. All right, Dad. I'm just gonna sit in the house and chill. But just thank God for being alive, man. Give me something to eat, chill, and just watch some television. I'm done with class, so I'm chilling. I gotta make this trek down to Texas and get my girl. So
True.
that'll be on my agenda.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
So anything else, fellas? Because I think we had a damn good show. And if you people don't know, please hit the like and share button.
Don't keep it to yourself.
Please don't keep it to
Don't
yourself.
hog it. Let the world see.
Even if you don't know what you're doing, just hit
This ain't
the
a
share
secret
button.
no more, yo.
Yo, we
Ain't
just hit
secret.
the share button, please, man. Yo, we about to
We love
get
y'all.
bigger and better than ever. And we love everybody that called in today, even
No
if you
doubt.
don't. Even if you didn't call in, we still love you for your support, for your continued, encouragement,
Absolutely.
man. We thank you.
Where was Rich? Rich ain't called.
Ah, man.
Yo,
You know what?
Rich London put a video of me and it was Spice Adams that said it was me. Rich London, I got something for you, boy. I got something for you, Rich London.
Yeah, we gonna put D-Ruck in the we gonna put D-Ruck in the poom poom shorts. Give him a ball. Give him some goggles. See what that stat really do.
Yo, it was an all purple outfit too, with your headband. Spice Adams, you that dude, man. We want you on the show, Spice.
Spice Adams fun as hell.
Ha ha. Just got that cut.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man. But without further ado, man, thank you everybody for tuning in to another edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's your boy Professional Sutton.
And I'm your boy Chris G.
And it's your boy, The Ruck Report. Cheers.
Peace. Did you get that camera?
We out.
Did you get